Hey guys, and welcome back to Legomaster627's Creations. So, today it is Monday, March 31st of 2025. And as you can see, the April Fool's 2025 event has begun. And will be going until April 7th, as seen here by this sign. And boy, this is one crazy event. Brace yourselves. It's gonna go crazy real quick. Oh, and before we officially begin, we're not going to be taking any cats with us today because, well, they're hidden somewhere in the party. And I'll show you where that is later, which means we can't take any of them. Jumping right into the tour, we can see that we have the path, which has been changed. As you probably may notice by the way I'm walking, it is the big grip leaks that you may notice. Of course, the main idea is if you walk on them, they'll fall over. So of course, if you're walking on this path, be super careful because, yeah, you could get stuck under here. Like, literally. Look at this. See? You literally can get stuck down here. Try not to. Just like how I did right here. But that was mainly just to demonstrate. I can get out of here perfectly fine. But it is true though, do pay attention where you're walking during this party, or at least in this specific section of the world, because yep, they're all gonna fall over if you're not careful enough, or if you're not fast enough. It will all fall over, as you can see. It is one crazy little event. Woo! Oh boy, man. It is one crazy event. So that's one of the main ideas in this party. Well, that's only dedicated to just this one area, though. That's the thing. The treehouse. This is specifically this. You may notice the little tree things that hold up the treehouse have actually been replaced with the following: lightning rods. Why have these things been replaced with lightning rods? I don't know, man. I just found to replace it with probably just most random objects I can find here. So I did that. And you may also notice the windows have actually been replaced with string, as you probably might notice. So that's another thing. You can actually fall through here now. So yeah, be a little careful with that one. You actually got to jump over them for this party. See? There's them everywhere. See? Even right here. Look at all the strings. It's like crazy. Of course, your main idea is just to walk around or jump around it. But the good news is about it is this is where we get our first item, the April Fool's 2025 hat. Let's pick it up and let's put that on, and that's how it looks. It looks very cool. Now, beyond that, that's really all we have outside of just more holes. And lastly, my treehouse has been changed. The doors are now on the opposite side, and now they're changed to iron doors. My bed has also been flipped backwards, with some cobwebs around it, making it harder to get in there. And that wraps up the treehouse outside of the windows, which you may also again notice are missing during this party. Underworld Cemetery is next, and mainly this is, as you probably can notice, very dark in here. I got one answer for you. It is mainly because the cats are nowhere to be found. As you probably might notice, if I head into one of the rooms, they are completely gone. So, the joke is because they're gone, I turned off all the lights. Now, this is similar to something we did in 2023 with the Legos Island Lodge. I thought I'd recreate it here in the Creations world, but for a legitimate reason this time. It's because the cats are literally nowhere to be found. So I did that. That's like a little joke, because the cats are nowhere to be found, the lights just go off. Now that's normally not something that would happen. No, the lights would just stay on. But, actually, wait a second, I shouldn't have gone away from that, because the pool has been changed to slime. The water has been removed, and it has been changed to slime in this party. So, that's pretty cool. That's actually it for this. The village, as you may notice, has been turned into honey. Actually, a legitimate honey village to the point where you can't even jump on it. So, in this particular case, this is how it looks. And genuinely, this actually looks pretty nice, honestly. I'm not going to lie, it actually looks pretty cool. And actually, it affects every single building in this entire village combined, actually, which is actually pretty freaking crazy. No, like, every building in this village it affects. Just for the record, there is nothing on the insides of each room, and there's your proof. So we will not be needing to go inside to any rooms outside of just me giving you that example to prove I wasn't kidding. But no, the entire village has been covered in honey as a little joke for this party. It's one of the many April Fool's jokes in this party. Now, we have used honey in the past for previous April Fool's parties. That was mainly on Lego's Island, specifically, and even in the Creations world. But now I'm doing it slightly different. Even the path got redesigned, which is pretty cool. That's it. That's really it for the village. I mean, there's not much to really say. It's mainly just all covered in honey. And see, even up here got covered. I mean, holy frick, look at this. Yeah, no, it got legitimately covered, which is actually pretty insane. And also, the workshed did as well, which is pretty crazy. I mean, look at this thing. See, it's literally all covered. It's actually pretty crazy. Oh, I forgot over here. My bad. Over here is updated too. It's mainly just out here, not in here. But that is it for the Planet World Village. The Action World is next, and if you may notice, a majority of it is actually not decorated. That's because over here is decorated instead. So, as you may notice, all the logs have been replaced with honey, which is pretty cool, because of course, obviously, you can't jump on these things. Now, the thing is, you can slide on them, which is something I probably should have done in the village. God dang it. I only just realized that now. But, the other thing you might notice is that all the torches, or at least the things holding them up, have been replaced with completely random objects, which is pretty cool. So the first one is end rods, the second one is lightning rods, similar to over there, the third one is chains, and the fourth one are iron bars. Pretty cool. That's it for the entire Action World series. There's nothing else decorated here. Oh, now this one's crazy. You see, the resort, for Creations World at least, has all the umbrellas flipped over. It's also where our next item is, the April Fool's 2025 banner. Let's go ahead and put that on. That is how it looks. It looks really cool. Now, outside of that, the umbrellas, as you may notice, have been completely flipped over, which is actually pretty freaking crazy. Look at this. They're crazy. I was personally not expecting this, but you know what? I mean, personally speaking, I'm kind of surprised I never did this before prior to this party. I thought I would have done it in earlier years, but apparently, I look back at older videos, I apparently never did this joke, where the umbrellas would just be completely upside down. I assumed I would have done this in earlier years, but no, I checked a lot of April Fool's parties, like pretty much all of them, and I did not see any of them use this specific one, or just me doing this specific thing right here, so I did it here. I personally think it's pretty funny. And you may also notice that when the chairs got flipped over, the last chairs fell into the water. That's also pretty funny because, I mean, where else would they have gone after this? There's like nowhere to put them. Okay, maybe on the dock, but nah. I thought it would be more funny if they were in the water. And here's the thing. That is the only room decorated in the Lego's Island section of the world. We can immediately move on. Alright guys, you thought the last few were crazy? Oh, this is where things get crazier. Yeah, you guys thought the pathway and the holes in the treehouse, the honey-themed village, the darkened pet cemetery, the slime pool, and the like honey village and like campsite were all crazy. Oh, this is probably where things get even more nuts. The next 3 areas, to be specific. Let's do it. Let's tour this thing. Oh, and before we go into this, just like the St. Patrick's Day party, not the entire house is decorated. So first of all, as we can see, the flower bed has been changed to powdered snow. Obviously, since we have a hat on, that won't do anything to us, but we can still fall in it. Now, you may notice the chairs and table are over here. They're supposed to be over here. You may also notice the door is supposed to be over on this way, and not this way. It's pretty clear what we're about to get ourselves into. it's exactly clear what we're about to get ourselves into. Because as you can see, if you haven't already gotten the idea, everything has been flipped. What I mean by flipped is that everything's on the other side. For example, this is normally supposed to be over here. Now it's over here, because everything got flipped to the other side. Another thing is, not only do we have more powdered snow, but normally this couch is supposed to be on this side. And this fire is straight up not even supposed to be here. I just put it here because I thought it would be funny. Now, over here we have dining room. This table is supposed to be over here, and this computer desk and drawing area is supposed to be over where this table is. You get the idea, right? Everything has been flipped. However, everything being flipped in this house wasn't the only thing I came up with. No, there was a few other things I had to do since I couldn't legitimately flip every single room in this house. That would be way too difficult. So instead, I had to do something else. So I changed the table to barrels. I know, I thought it would be funny, and also change all the seats to wood as well. Same also applies with the little breakfast bar here, the little counter here, with the island as well. That's pretty cool. I mainly did all that because, yeah, it made sense. Well, I made the whole event, obviously. Now, this room's interesting because, as you may notice, not only do we have even more powdered snow down here, another fire, but obviously everything's been flipped. So this couch is supposed to be actually facing this way, over near this window. And the little console here is supposed to be over on this corner, and this corner is not supposed to be empty. It's actually supposed to be this corner that's supposed to be empty. It's pretty clear what happened here. And honestly, it looks really cool. Now, over here, we have mine and Anpro's room. Now, it's pretty clear what got flipped. The green bed is normally supposed to be over here, and the blue bed is supposed to be over here. The closet is supposed to be where this TV is, and the TV is supposed to be where this closet is. So, that's exactly the idea here. Everything's been all flipped around, which is super cool for this party. Now, of course, we have Rose Crystal's room. Or do we? Yeah, I have a few little fake doors around this house, just to make it a little more crazy. Speaking of which, yeah, another fake door. You want to know where it really is? It's over here. That's because this room has also been flipped. That's mainly because, as you can see, the windows are normally supposed to be on this side, and alongside the bed normally being right over here, and then the closet being right over where this entrance is, which, yeah, you may notice that's not the case. In fact, actually, you may notice there is a full-on entrance heading into Rose Crystal's room, which has also been flipped. Normally, there's not supposed to be anything at this wall, and this wall over here normally is supposed to hold the entrance. The bed is normally supposed to be over on this side, and the closet is normally supposed to be on this side over here. The only thing that didn't even need to be removed was the couch and table, as it was already in the same spot that it needed to be. So that's pretty cool. And that is it for the house. Well, we still got the benign backyard, but this shouldn't take long. So, just for the record, this has also been flipped around. Normally, these tables and chairs are supposed to be over here, and these chairs and tables and couches are supposed to be over here. It's pretty clear what happened here. Now, the backyard isn't as crazy, but it's definitely still something. As you may notice, the stairs have been replaced with barrels, and the slide has been replaced with some powdered snow, and some barrels, which makes it a little more crazy. In fact, even the swings have been replaced with barrels. And that wraps up Florida House 1. Moving on to Florida House 2, it's pretty clear what happened here. The idea is, well, as this item explains, the pixelated shutter. This is also the last item in the party. But actually, it is true. See? Notice something? Everything is pixelated now. Or at least, most things at least. Like even the bushes. That's pretty cool. But yeah, no, you may notice a lot of things are pixelated. And the main premise behind this one is it is all pixelated. Although, isn't mainly this entire game that? Technically, yes. But we can make it even more pixelated using things that look like it. Like the trees, for example. This honestly is super creative. And even down here, this little thing down here also got more pixelated. Even the bushes did as well, which is actually pretty cool. Now, heading on inside, only certain aspects of the house have been pixelated, such as this, table right there. Alongside over here as well, mainly all being pixelated. And if you've seen the original versions of this house, you can tell what's pixelated and what isn't. Which is most of the furniture in this room. The only thing that I don't think is pixelated are the walls and floors. But I did not need to do that, as that would take too much time. That is why I didn't do it. Because it would take too much time, honestly. Here's the kitchen. Looks very cool. And yeah, as you may notice, like everything's like pretty much pixelated now, which is pretty cool. Like even in here is too. It's actually pretty crazy. I wasn't expecting to do back there, but I did. See, even over here is pixelated. It's pretty cool. Yeah, even in here is too. It's pretty crazy. Seriously, man. Holy frick. Oh yes, upstairs is next, but this is also pixelated. The little brown parts. Anyway. Classroom is next, and as we can see... Oh! Let me change that. Yeah, no, that was from a few episodes ago. I guess I haven't updated it since the St. Patrick's Day party. My bad. Classroom, as you can see, is pixelated. Normally, this is all meant to be like the polished, blackstone blocks. And normally, this is supposed to all be wood. But yeah, no, you can tell what's pixelated and what isn't if you've seen the original versions of these houses in the recreated form. But yeah, no, you can tell what it is. And honestly, it's super cool, man. It's honestly, personally, super cool, man. And that's not even it. We still got like one more room. See, even Rose, my room got updated. I almost said Rose Crystal, but no, hers is not updated. Anyway, here's the room. It looks very pixelated, as you may notice, basically except for the floors and walls. It's pretty crazy. See, even the beds got removed to be even pixelated as well, so that's pretty cool. Not too much to genuinely say. Other than the fact that I'm not gonna lie, this actually looked way cooler than it needs to be. Wait. That's better. So the Eye is next, and this shouldn't even take that long. As you can see, the little carpets here are pixelated as well. The table and chairs are as well. Over here is as well. It's pretty cool. You know, like everything's pixelated out here. Even this right here is pretty cool. Even the hammock is. Holy frick, man. Look how many things got pixelated around here. Even the little pillar got pixelated. And even this did too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I did freaking everything. Oh, man. See, even the little pool thing, that's normally supposed to be like quartz. But that's now wool. And then this is concrete powder. It's pretty clear what got changed here. Oh, no, the backyard's interesting. You see, I don't think I went as insane as the house, but I definitely still think that it looks genuinely cool. Overall, that's the tree pixelated, and over here we have an entire area all pixelated. This is the dirt area, completely pixelated minus the leaves. The hole is as well here in the field. The time machine, as you can see, is completely pixelated, which is pretty cool. No, like, seriously, that's pretty freaking cool, I'm not gonna lie. It's, like, all pixelated and everything. It is genuinely crazy. So, with all that being said, even this tree right here, the tree next to the pump house, also got pixelated. Even the pathway did, too. It's actually pretty crazy. And even the bush right here did. Even the slide did. And even, holy frick, even the tree next to the garden did as well. And even the freaking logs. Even the path up to the shed. even the tree. Like, oh my god. Even the top of the pump house got pixelated too. It's actually crazy how many things got affected. And you know what's crazier? Even down here too also got pixelated. And that wraps up Florida House 2. Sorry that one did drag on a bit long. Hopefully this one won't. Florida House 3 is also pretty interesting. You see, the main idea is, you remember the campsite in the action world that we saw earlier? Where it was just a bunch of random objects that did not make any sense? Well, that's the exact same thing here, actually. Here's the thing. The palm trees you may see are covered all in honey. And the tall tree is covered in slime. It's actually pretty crazy. But here's the thing about that. If we head into the house itself, we may notice that it's just a bunch of random objects. Specifically speaking, this is normally supposed to be, you know, this. And then these are normally supposed to be the spruce fence. But no, you may notice everything is a completely different object, which is completely crazy. And see, the table has been replaced with anvils alongside over here. That's pretty cool. The table and chairs have been replaced with sticky pistons and some wood slabs. That's pretty cool. Over here, the island has been replaced with pistons, and the little baker's rack has been replaced with, of course, pots. Which is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And then over here, the table and chairs have been replaced with more pots and some trap doors, which is actually pretty cool, I'm not going to personally lie. And then, next up, we have the lanai, which has also been updated. And you may notice the table and chairs have been replaced with slabs, and also the big drip leaf we can just fall over like that, similarly to what we saw at the beginning of the video. Another thing is that the little bar area has been replaced with a ton of barrels, pretty cool, and then the little fire pit is actually out for once, because, yeah, that thing never gets used. And then we got some anvils over here. Pretty cool, right? I know. This is one crazy little event. But you thought that was crazy? Wait till you see the yard itself, because here is the filter area, which is also just another ton of random objects. It's pretty cool, personally. And yes, there's actually snow in here. I'm not even kidding. There's literally snow in here. And then this is honey, and then this is, of course, another big drip leaf. The other intentions is, well, actually, wait, sorry, there's nothing back here. I went there by accident. You may notice that the joke behind this one specifically are as follows. The trees have been completely stripped. What I mean by stripped is that we took all their wood off of them. Which is pretty clear. Like all their bark off of them. Yep, never mind. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to look for. Yeah, we took all the tree bark off of them. That's like the little joke here. Oh, and then these have been replaced with this. Like the little composters have been put in the holes across the yard. Same over here. This one's also been like this too. Yep, and then more tree bark has been stripped off these trees. It's pretty cool, right? Same applies over here as well. And then we have some slime over here. And then over here in my workshop, the project table has been replaced with a ton of crafting tables. And that's it for Florida House 3. And lastly but not least, the Sand Village. I wanted to save this one for last purposely because not only is it a part of this April Fool's party, it also will explain where the cats have gone. But it's also a remake of the first ever event in the Sand Village that took place 10 years ago in March 2015, a few weeks after it opened. This was an event where the dogs that I now have on Lego's Island, or at least the ones that I had at the time, before Lego's Island existed, just randomly took over the village. I don't know, I was just bored like 10 years ago, but frick it, let's just let them take over the village. But this is a remake after all, so something has to be different about it. Instead of the dogs, it's actually the cats. We call this a pet party cat takeover, or the cat takeover. That makes total sense. Now, all the rooms retain their original designs from the original party 10 years ago. The difference is that there's actually some rooms that were not decorated in the original that are decorated here. And I will gladly show you those now. But first, here is what it looks like. this is the town, and as you may notice, it is decorated for this party. The dog part stays here to stay tribute to what this event originally was. Even though now it's the cats taking over. And this is meant to be another one of the April Fool's jokes. Oh boy. So here's the thing. All these are decorated. Well, except for the clothes shop. And this is where everybody went. Well, now I'm gonna finally explain. You see, since the cats take over the whole village for this party, I thought, why not create some banners based off of them? The Whiskers banner. Oh, and excuse me, first we are gonna need to clear my inventory for this one. Because we got 5 of these to collect. Actually, scratch that, we need to clear my entire inventory because we actually have 6 items to collect. But here's how it looks. So see, basically, any room that was not decorated in the original, which was basically all the inside rooms, are now decorated for this remake, in form of the cats taking over. This is meant to, of course, be another one of the April Fool's jokes in this party. Now, as you can see, heading into the coffee shop, we have Cookie over here. But next to her is the Cookie banner. A banner based off of her, respectively. Now, as you may notice, the room has just a ton of banners in it, which is super cool, mainly to represent Cookie herself, which is super, super cool. And that's it for that, so we can get out of here, and actually, we can get out of the town entirely, since this is not decorated outside of the walls. Now, we're going to move on to the plaza now, which, as you may notice, looks like this. Also, yes, you may see the cactus flowers. Those just grew randomly out of nowhere. So, yeah, I guess they're there now permanently. But here is our next room. Specifically, winter. This is where we're going to get the winter banner. And as you may notice, the pet shop is decorated. You may tell that it's actually supposed to retain its original design, just with the walls being different. But now with this remake, the addition of the banners, and winter being represented here. So, that's pretty cool. Anyway, the next one is all the way over here in the wilderness. Which, fun fact, did you know this party actually opened up the wilderness on the Sand Village? Which can also explain its 10-year anniversary. But before we get to that, here is PETA. Here is the PETA banner. And now we can go collect the Wilderness 10-year anniversary hat. This is mainly to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the Wilderness, which opened during this party 10 years ago. So that's pretty freaking cool. Overall, this place genuinely looks super cool. And yeah, what do you guys think? Comment down below. Overall, we only got one more room from this event, and that is the lodge. That is where Stripes is located. It's also where we can get our final item in this overall party, the Stripes banner. So now that we have all 5 banners for each cat respectively, and the anniversary hat, this is how it looks. And with all that being said, guys, that wraps up this episode of Legomaster627's Creations. What do you guys think of not only the April Fool's Party 2025, but also the remake of the little pet party I made here 10 years ago, but now with the cats being here instead of the dogs? That's a fun twist. Overall, I think this is a fun party. And dang it, I forgot to show you that. Yeah, this was frozen the whole time. To be honest, though, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, no, comment down below what your favorite part of this party is. I'd love to hear it in the comments. And with all that said, I will see you next time on April 7th.